Good day guys, come here, welcome back to Langrisser SAA on this Mirror event, the final challenge. And yep, I'm not hasn't busy with work. Apologize, only managed to find time to so-called go through and dub on newer content from the CN server, and has been very busy, so not able to do a lot of voice over and dubbing for the SCA events. There's too much things to do, apologize. And yep, for this final challenge I did some tags, so while you hear what I'm explaining to you, you can feel free to check out the tags. So this is a final challenge. We gotta build up all our soldiers, the Langrisser swords, and the faction buff. And on this final challenge we'll be using the three main on the three faction buff: Princess, Empire, and Mythical. Then we'll be relying on the mage or holy mechanism from the soldier training, and yep, this will be applied to the soldiers too, the heroes too. Then yep, make sure you build up your Langrisser blade according to the one that I choose if you intend to follow the video. And alright, the final challenge of Chaos, where we will be fighting Chaos himself. And apparently there is this black tag here, which I'm gonna call it based on the same server, and is relying on young Jessica. So okay, some of the things that are written here, you guys can take a note, pause the video and have a look at it. Okay, MVP will be young Jessica. We do not need her to fight or even unlock the bond. It's alright if she's just rank 3. Of course, the higher the star, the better it is. The main important is to use her transformation skills on the two Lucretia, original Lucretia and Lucretia 2.0, so that we can maximize their attack range. And as written, the gimmick here is to not rush the stage. We were trying to feint all the enemy for a couple of turns, mainly 1 to 4 turns, and while trying to gain the chaos buff. Okay, and at the same time, when we get a buff, that's a 80% chance where the characters will be able to act again. So there is definitely a little bit of RNG here. The next is the build. So you can see some of the things that Chaos can do, his skills and other things. So main things to take note of is try not to kill any of the enemies on the earlier stages or turns, because once you did that, Chaos will come at you straight away. So we don't want that. We want to make sure we can clear off all the enemies and take whichever buff we are supposed to get as we can. So okay, as you can see, I'm transforming, and then I can act again because young Jessica has exclusive items built with her, so you can straight away do act again and transformations on your other allies. So we will heavily be needing faction buff for this challenge, so you will be using Lucretia's summon to spam rewind the clock CD reduction skills on either Rosenseals or Christiane in order for them to reset faction buff for you. But of course, high chance to be using for Christiane because everyone's else are faction, princess faction. So the other few RNG we gotta take note is the 80% chance to act again. The other one is character's item. Apparently I had some wrong equipment built for my offensive attacker, a mage attacker, so they will die easily to the reflected or counter damage, which you guys will be able to see at the end. The items you need to wear are Ghost in the Shells, the one that will reduce reflected damage. So Nani Nani Sherry will be helping us to kill or stun the enemy. Okay, we don't need her to kill, we just need her to stun. Then the rest will focus, the rest of the mage will focus the other enemies. So all these enemies are physical attacker, and this means they are really weak against magic attack. So the main tanker here will be Nani Sherry, surprisingly, and the best item for you to equip her with is the Bone Crusher item as weapon, whereas for armor it will be the armor of Tiamat. So in case you guys are wondering what items I'm talking about, feel free to forward to the end and do the item build check first, alright? And for Ghost in the Shells, it will be best if the first and third upgrade will be on healing skills. You can either to help you and dispel debuff for your allies or self-healing, that will be great. But do take note, on certain turns Chaos will cause reverse healing buff, so when you had that buff, please make sure Rose and Seal is staying away from your teammate or allies so that they won't get damaged themselves. So the main idea is to get Nani to, feint all the enemies, stun or feint all the enemy by killing them once, but not totally destroy them, and also to gain the buff, as much buff as she can. And later on you'll find out she's strong, tanky and strong enough thanks to the buff she had, and also with the item builds. Chaos will not be able to damage her much at all. Then do take note that one slight RNG is that some enemies will snap out of the stun mode, so you will be relying on any skills or any mage available to so-called kill them once to make sure they went to the stun state. If not, it's going to be very dangerous. We are trying to do some field control here, getting momentum and build up strength for our allies as the turn goes. And of course we're trying to do and finish all this before turn 6, because whether you kill the enemies or not, Chaos will definitely come at you at turn 6. And some of you may have noticed that I get an earlier upgrade for Ghost in the Shells talent upgrade due to the fact that I act again, the 80% chance. It's okay. It's okay to be slower than I do, or even faster than I do. Not big. That's not a very big changes, so no worries. As I said, we have 5 to 6 turns for us to adjust and do whatever we need to, so not to worry. And getting Nani Sherry to, trying to stun enemies that are very far away. And that is why we will heavily be relying on faction buff, mainly is to build up for Nani Sherry so she can, trying to secure the first damage or first full kill on the enemy to make sure they are getting stunned and getting the buff. So later on we'll be getting the full Chaos max buff stack. But things to take note is that later on the enemies, as the buff stacks, Chaos will also be gaining, and also the enemies, they will counter damage back to you, either reflect or counter the damage against you, which is very dangerous. And this is why we need the mage special mage robe that will reduce reflected damage back to you. And later on you'll be seeing my Clock of Forgiveness is heavily being used, is because I've been testing about if my characters can survive the reflected damage. But apparently my character is not able to survive because I do not get a lot of them to wear the damage reduction or damage reflection reduction clothes, but if you guys are wearing that, it shouldn't be a problem. So alright, take note, we had healing reverse on this turn, so make sure Rose and Seals stay far away from allies, or at least at a safe zone where they won't get damaged by her healings. Then another thing here is gonna get quite confusing is if you don't click your characters twice to make sure the character's face and icon appear. It's very hard to tell which is which, because currently on the field we have 3 characters posing as young Jessica. So it kind of caused some confusion for me. As you can see, because of the transformation available to us and also getting the chaos buff, our range is crazy, and also with the mage tag on the training for the soldiers training, yep, we get a lot of crazy range. So yep, that's pretty cool. So alright, our characters is almost maxing out the chaos buff, so on turn 4 onward we should be able to start getting Nani to go in for killing off some of the minions, or at least one of the minions, so to get chaos attention, and she'll be tanking the hits. You'll see how strong she is. So yeah, we'll be trying to kill this cavalry unit. As you can see, we have the max chaos buff. After attacking, we'll create this AoE damage. But this don't really deal a lot of damage against chaos, but it quite deal some decent amount of damage against the minions. So once all the minions are being cleared, or if not most of the minions are being cleared, while we make use of SP Sherry to tank the hits and blocking chaos away, it will make our game much easier. Is on this turn 4, it can be quite some RNG. The assassin might have revive, so you might need any hero that can attack twice and has ability to make it faint again. And feel free to use your skills to try to kill them. Yep. Because I wasted my clock once for trying to do some damage tests and see if the summon is able to kill off the assassin, and if the summon can survive, but apparently no, so I definitely got to feint it. And young Jessica, you can either use her to buff or just help attacking the enemy. As you can see, this is only a rank 4 young Jessica. She is not dealing a lot of damage. So her main contribution is transforming your best damage DPS mage to make sure they gain the longest range. So as you can see, now chaos is starting to attack me, and if the enemies try to attack me, we will do a counter shot, one punch counter shot against them, so not to worry. this is the part where on this turn the enemies, or once you attack twice, for some reason the enemies will do a counter attack against you, and I kind of waste my chance, or should I say, I had a wrong cloth. Well, no, I'm wearing tenure dress instead of the robe. That will reduce the reflected damage, and this is why I wasted one of the HP for Langrisser. So okay, be using underneath to stun the enemy again, then because why not, because we can be able to survive any incoming attack from chaos. So as you can see, the mage on top right is being killed off by the AoE. So while Nani Sherry is facing the wrath of Chaos himself, the rest of member will be trying to finish off the rest of the minions with ease. So yep, at this point we managed to clear out minions that are furthest or further away from the team. We just keep the zombie and the other assassin closest to us. We'll just play with them a bit to buy some time, regroup, getting our skill CDs to be ready. So yep, and you see chaos, it's okay. So Nani can tank off all the hits. Right, so now you'll be able to see the difference between Langrisser and Ghost in the Shell, because Ghost in the Shell is wearing the cloth items that I'm talking about, and that's why she's able to survive this attack. If she's wearing items like Tenyo and other stuff, she should be dead by now. So thankfully, and you can and thankfully you guys can you get to see the difference between the two items, Tenyo dress and the other robe. And Nani Sherry will be tanking all the hits for us. So it'll be going. So the first attack, they do not really reflect the damage. However, on the second attack, the damage is a lot. So if you can see that if I don't attack, okay, so apparently this turn you don't really reflect. So if you see on the next turn or any turns that I only attack once, then I can get to act again, but I choose to end my turn. You can definitely notice that on that turn the clock of forgiveness has been reduced. That means I retested out. If I try to attack, the damage that is being reflected will able to counter kill my heroine, and we don't want that to happen. So it's okay, we can spend a little bit of time with Chaos. Now that he's alone, it will be a little easier for us instead of with a barrage of enemies coming at you at one go. So now we'll be adjusting our positions to try to gauge the distance where we can deal the damage against Chaos as far as possible. So it's already within reach, and we just need to move to Chaos next turn and everything will be fine. And yup, as you can see, 99 Sherry has no problem tanking, and on this turn 8, you can see I have spent a couple of Claw of Forgiveness. I've tried to test out Nani and other mage trying to attack Chaos and see the damage that they will take when they act again. So except for Ghost in the Shell, who will be able to survive the attack, Lucretia will die from it. So that's why I only use Nani to attack Chaos once and I end my turn, because things would not turn out well. So it's okay. We have patience, we have time, so no worries. However, this turn Chaos will come closer. He will act again and try to spam an AoE that will pull enemy further away from him, closer to him. So to play safe, I decided on this turn I will not keep attacking. I will get Rose and Sails to cast a faction buff, because the Empire faction buff of the same category will give protection shoe, so I'm gonna try to see if giving the shoe will able to help them survive against the counter damage. So this is the last turn we get to final. If you are the same as I do on this turn, where the chaos health is around this, you can start doing all sorts of crazy stuff. You can just throw your characters to keep attacking him again. Even if they die, it's okay. We're just trying to go for the kill. There's no special requirement for the stage. So at this point of time, I know I'm winning. I don't really care if my character is gonna survive or not. So apparently they don't. And just go for it, and you guys win the game. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and yep, if you like this video, give it a like and subscribe, and see you guys on any upcoming videos. This is coming. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.